Hi guys, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about our experiences in South America and specifically getting to Machu Picchu. So we basically visited, we went from Bolivia and then into Peru, so we'll share that in another video. But one of the things that we did is we took a bus ride all the way to Cusco, and bus rides in Peru are really interesting because well, they're very different. It's not what you would expect. So in some countries, the buses have like really good bathrooms, you know, water and soap to wash your hands. But in Peru, that doesn't exist. So we were all very, very, very sick in Bolivia. So taking the bus in Peru is really challenging because we still needed to use the bathrooms. So that was hard. But nonetheless, we got to the city called Cusco by bus. And one of the funny things on the bus is that sometimes you'll get there and there's this guy that all of a sudden hops on with everybody else and he starts talking and selling you things, and he talks like really loud. And so because we were still like kind of getting over everything, we just wanted to like just chill and relax and have a resting ride, but that didn't happen because he's literally like yelling with like a microphone and selling vitamins or who knows what. So it was kind of interesting. And then whatever, the other thing that's funny on the buses there is like sometimes you have like these ladies that all of a sudden jump on and then they sell you things and then they jump off at the next stop. So it's kind of cool if you don't have food and stuff like that, so you can get a little munchy. We have no idea half the time what it is that we're eating, but we just, you know, go with the flow, right? So definitely bring some hand sanitizer, toilet paper, everything you need. So because if you're on a bus in Peru, you're going to need that. So. So we were in Cusco. It's a really pretty city, very touristic-y, so there's all these like tours and everything being sold right, left, and center, which is interesting. We went to the train station to find out how it would work to get to Machu Picchu, and what we didn't realize is that it's, you know, it's tourist, so everything's like super high and elevated in price. So we asked the lady, Tyler asked the lady, he's like, how do you get to Machu Picchu, because we know you don't pay those prices? And she was like, well, this is what I do. I take a bus to here and she explained it all to us, and so that's what we decided to do. So, and this is what most backpackers do as well. So but you know, 3 kids and everything, and once you do it, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, does it really make sense? But I'll tell you about what we did. So we woke up early. We took a bus from Cusco all the way to, I don't even know the area that it dropped us off, but it was a long bus ride. I don't even remember how long, but it basically goes all the way up the mountain and then all the way down the other side, and Tyler sat in the front seat, so he's a little scared of heights, so this is really funny. I was in the back, and like, you're on a bus, so you don't really see because you have like, you know, things blocking the windows, and I was half sleeping, so like I was just kind of going back and forth with all the switchbacks going up and down the mountain, and he would keep turning around every once in a while and be like, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? And I'd be like, yeah, it's kind of cool, whatever, you know, but not really like understanding what he was seeing. So he's like seeing this like crazy mountain road, and when I say crazy mountain road, it's like, you know, we've experienced Swiss roads and, you know, mountain roads, but these like mountain roads were like insane, like dangerously crazy, right? So anyhow, we arrive in this city, and then we had to take a taxi ride. So we hop in the taxi, and, you know, it's a small taxi, so we just all fit, and off we go. And the roads there were like, again, just like illegal. They shouldn't even exist, these roads. So you're driving along, and then half the road's like falling off. There's rivers coming through because they don't have systems for like the water to go under the road. So the water's going over the road, and you're driving through it. And then the taxi dudes, he's driving like a maniac, and like it was really crazy, but we made it. It was really nice. We had a little stop for like pineapples along the side of the road, so that was kind of cool. And we got to where we needed to go, which was, let me think of it, Hidroeléctrica. That's where we arrived by taxi. So we took the bus, arrived in a village, took a taxi up some crazy road, arrived in Hidroeléctrica, and there we were to take either a train in to Aguas Calientes, which is the village beside Machu Picchu, to go up, or you walk. And all the backpackers were walking with these, like, you know, heavy bags and everything. And they're like, you know, it takes about 2 hours. And I'm thinking, like, yeah, with kids, it's going to take us 2.5, 3 hours, obviously, because kids, you stop more and whatever. So, plus we just didn't want to do that. So we were like, okay, we'll just take the train. So we go up to buy the train tickets, and they're like, we don't have possibility to pay with a debit card, credit card, and there's no ATMs. So we're like, oh my gosh, what do we do? Because we weren't going to go all the way back with the same taxi crazy ride to the next village to get money out. So it took us a while, like I would say a good 45 minutes, but we convinced the guy on the train to take our passports, and we told him that once we arrive in Aguas Calientes, we would go to the bank machine with him and then give him the cash and then, you know, get our passports back. So we did that, and in the meantime, we met a really cool couple, Anthony and Chantal. She had the same name as me, and they were in the same situation as us, and they were like, oh my gosh, our luggage is so heavy, you know, we have to like do this huge walk. So they're like, can we give you our luggage and whatever, and we suggested that to them. So that was cool. So we took their luggage on with the train with us. It was only like a 30-minute train ride. It was like super slow, but it arrived and we didn't have to carry anything, and everyone was happy we didn't have to walk. So that was all good. So then we stayed the night in Aguas Calientes, which was really cool, really nice. Again, very touristy, so expect that, you know, it's just tourist town. But the key thing is if you're going to Machu Picchu, you want to get up early and beat the crowds. So you want to be like one of the first ones up there, so that you get really nice pictures and you can really take it all in before there's like people everywhere, right? So if you walk up, then you're not going to be there on time. So we decided to take the bus up and then see everything, enjoy everything. We really took it all in. I mean, we were there for hours. It was beautiful, stunning. And then what we did is we decided to walk down. So we walked down to the village, and from there we decided to walk back on the train tracks. So it was interesting because it was like we were already kind of tired out and everything, and it was a bit raining and it was hot, and so it was like on and off with the rain jacket things that we purchased, you know, those little plastic kind of garbage bags that you put over top of you. But it was fun, and it was an experience for the kids to like do what every other backpacker was doing and walk along the train tracks. So we walked all the way back along the train tracks, and I think it took us about 2.5, 3 hours. So then we got back to the little village that didn't have the ATMs, and now it's like getting to be like nighttime, right? And we decided to take, you know, we had to do the whole trek back. So this time they had these little buses that were, you know, bigger than a minivan and fit a lot more people. And what they do is they basically, you sit inside, and then once it gets full, then you go. So we're waiting and getting more people, and they like shoved all these people. So in the end, I decided to go up to the front seat with Tyler, and I kind of regret it because it was like the very first time in my life that I literally thought I was going to die. Like, I was so scared because first of all, you're going up, I think, I don't know if it's like 4,000 meters, but it's like super high. The guy's chewing on like cocoa leaf, which is like, you make cocaine out of it, and he's chewing on it, so he's got this big thing in his mouth, and he's like whistling away, and then his van was like all foggy because he had these like things here, and I'm like trying to move them to help him so that the like the air blows. And then we're going on these like insane roads again up over the mountaintops, and there would be like dead dogs, so you'd be swerving, or other times there's like rocks on the road. When you're in the back, you don't see anything, so you're just like, oh, whatever, you know. But when you're in the front seat and you see it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so scary, it's so crazy. And there's like a cliff all the way down, and he was doing this, and he's whistling, and like just all over the place. So it was really, really, really scary. So I would suggest, if you're going to take that bus, sit in the back where you don't see it, or, you know, just, I don't know, do something so you're not scared. But I was scared. I can't stay. So that was our experience going there. It was really, really cool, really fun. One other thing I should tell you is when we took the bus over the mountaintop, we stopped at this one spot, and all of a sudden the bus stops, and we don't speak that much Spanish. I mean, we understand pretty much, and we learned a lot, but we all of a sudden realize, oh, it's a bathroom stop. So we get off thinking, oh, cool, this is great, we're gonna have bathrooms. And then we arrive, and it's just like this little outside kind of hut, and the girls thought it was hilarious because it was like this hole in the ground, and then you could see in, and so they were like in there giggling, laughing their heads off. It was just crazy. And all the guys, they just go to the bathroom, like, outside. They don't even go in this little hut area with a hole in the ground. So that was kind of interesting and different. The taxi ride that we took from the little village in between Cusco and the other road, Hidroeléctrica, when we took the taxi, you have the windows down because it's hot, but it was during carnival time, and during carnival time, for some reason, everybody like splashes water on everyone. So it's just like really fun, and kids are on the streets with like buckets of water ready to splash people coming by, especially when you're naive tourists with your windows down. So like we're all like sitting there like thinking, oh, nice little kids, and they like threw this big bucket of water, and we were like drenched, like completely drenched. I think we had a laptop out and everything, so it was just like, it wasn't good, but it was kind of funny. So after that we knew what to expect, and we like made sure the windows are closed and stuff like that. But it was quite the experience, and really fun. Definitely one of the must-sees and one of the highlights of being there in Peru, of course. So it was fun. Thanks for watching.